This signature symbolises a story whose end is not in sight, the rise of African rugby. It seals a partnership between two giants, the APO Group, a public relations leader in Africa and the Middle East, and the official partner of Rugby Africa, and AIPs, the world's largest association of sports journalists. In Africa, where football has traditionally been the main sport, rugby is continuously gaining in importance. In 2002, rugby was played in only 6 countries on the continent. Now, there are 38 national rugby federations.
As you may know, rugby is the fastest growing sport across Africa. I believe the International Sport Press Association noticed that, and that's the reason why they decided to put the spotlight on African rugby today at the AIPs Congress with the unveiling of the new trophy of the Rugby Africa Gold Cup, a new perpetual trophy.
The goal in sight is the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Japan, with its global audience of 4 million television viewers. In addition to the strong South African team, there might be 2 other African teams competing for the Cup, something that's never been seen before. To qualify, the teams will face each other in the Rugby Africa Gold Cup, which takes off next month in Kampala, Uganda. Its new perpetual trophy has just been revealed to the public.
It's a great honor for African rugby to be here at the APS Congress, annual Congress. We have a new also partnership with the APO since 2 years now, and we saw in terms of communication growing the knowledge of the people in Africa. We take this opportunity also to bring the trophy with APO. Now everybody will know that we have a very good, very great trophy for Africa.
105 countries send teams to compete in international rugby competitions, and a third of them now come from Africa. This boom has not gone unnoticed by AIPs, an association which represents 10,000 journalists in 150 countries. Together with the APO Group, they want to put a spotlight on the growing popularity of the sport on the African continent.
Africa rugby is also something that represents a culture, a tradition. And so together we will push the development of this sport in this important continent, but in the same time we will put a bridge between us and more journalists around the continent and around the world. And I think that with APO Group we can make a very good job.
In Africa, rugby is synonymous with emancipation and understanding between communities and different religions. More than 20% of the players are women. In less than a year, women's participation in the sport has grown by 50%.
This is definitely a unique bridge between a leader in media relations and, of course, a continental leader in sports journalism. And with APO Group and AIPS Africa, we are looking at a united front designed to give new dream to the burgeoning youths in the continent who have always admired rugby, a game for all and a game that really needs plenty of passion.
With the APO and AIPS championing it, Africa Rugby holds all the cards for success. Its unparalleled growth is also an incredible opportunity for the sponsors to display their commitment to Africa and to support African youth, women, and the future leaders of a new generation. The rest of the story remains to be played out on the field.